Mansoor Delane's been playing great football his first season in Baton Rouge. We're going to take a look at some clips from the first half of LSU's season. We're going to watch a lot against Clemson, some against Ole Miss, some against Louisiana Tech. Just couldn't find tape from the South Carolina game, but watching that live, he played great as well. But as always, you guys let me know what you think about Delane. Whatever you think he does well, I'm very curious. I love hearing what other people think about him, especially LSU fans, because you guys are the ones that watch every single rep that Delane plays. I watched three entire games, and I'm going to talk about what I think he does well. So this dude's playing himself into the first round conversation if he's not already there. The conversation might be about just how early in the first round is this guy going to go. He's been so locked down in man coverage, and what I really like that we see from Mansoor Delane is just the patience that he plays with. Look how he just lets this wide receiver make his decision, and then the physicality. As soon as that decision's made, he's getting punched in the mouth by Mansoor Delane. He is about as physical of a corner as you'll find, where you won't be worried about the holding calls. I don't think I've seen him get penalized once, and a lot of times when you see that, it's usually because a corner, might have some trouble in press where they're not as physical as you'd like to see. This dude is so physical, and he doesn't get penalized. Look at the patience. He lets the receiver make the decision, and then the receiver gets punched in the mouth as soon as he makes the decision. Knocks him off the route. Great ball skills as well. He's a really good finisher. I think that's one thing that, as good as DJ Pickett's been playing against Ole Miss, you just kind of saw he's so good for 80% of the route, and then at the end, he's just not there yet. And he hasn't played a whole lot of man-to-man, at least in high school. That's DJ Pickett hasn't. Mansoor Delane, he just checked the boxes of what you look for in a man coverage cornerback, in my opinion. Again, here's the patience to let the receiver make the route, and then the physicality. He just punches him in the mouth as soon as he makes a decision. We're going to see that throughout this entire tape, just how patient and then how physical of a cornerback he is. And, I said he's a great man-to-man corner as well. Of course, he's a great zone coverage corner as well. I just think that his best ball's played when he's get up in the wide receiver's face and all that. But, just watching him play zone, always in the right place at the right time. And, that usually means that the corner understands his zone responsibilities. But here it is again. Just the patience and then the physicality and then the physicality again. Like I said before, it's the patience to let the receiver make the decision, punches him as soon as he makes the decision, and then the ball skills to finish the rep. And we haven't talked a whole lot about the hips. I think we did a little bit the first clip. Just, you usually don't see how good the hips are when a corner's as physical as Delane, just because it doesn't really have to be quite as fluid. But just take a look at the hip fluidity here, the way that he's able to stop-start. So, a lot of times when we talk about technique, sometimes we won't always bring up the athleticism. At the end of the day, it's the athleticism that really gets these cornerbacks drafted in the first round. Here it is again, the patience. The way this Louisiana Tech, he just lets them break dance. Do whatever you got to do. Look at the way he just break dances, and Delane doesn't punch too early. He punches at the right exact time, and that's how you kind of avoid. A lot of times you watch these corners try to get too physical too early. And that's kind of how you get caught, like lunging, I think. In my opinion, from what I could tell. And then against Ole Miss, we're going to talk a lot about how physical of a tackler he is as well. Ole Miss, you could tell they made a concerted effort. Do not throw to number 4. He's been locked down all season. They tried to, they picked on DJ Pickett, the true freshman, 18-year-old, just a little bit. But Delane still found a way to make his presence known in this Ole Miss game, just how physical of a tackler he is. We saw the physicality show up in the man coverage. It also shows up when he's not part of the play initially, and he's got to, either set the edge or just make a tackle, because he's very physical as a tackler as well. And this last clip is going to be the same thing, just how physical of a tackler he is. And it's consistent also, that's something you can't tell consistency by just watching, the top clips from a season. I don't think I saw him whiff on a tackle all season. Anyways, if you guys want a place to leave all your opinions, do this in the YouTube channel, on the YouTube comments. I really appreciate that. But if you want to store all your thoughts in one place, please check out we-draft.com. We already got the lane up there, and I gave my opinions. Right now, middle first round, when we watch him the rest of the season, we could talk about this dude being a lottery pick, top 10 pick in this upcoming draft. But I think he really checks the boxes of what you look for in a press man corner. But besides length, that's the one thing. If Delane had the same tape that he did, but he was closer to 6'2", 6'3", he'd be talked about top 5 with the season that he's been having. But right now, I got him in the middle first round. You guys let me know what you think. Please check out that website if that's something that interests you. Thanks for watching.